The entire city of Valora gathered for the Parade of the Chosen, where noble families flaunted their wealth, beauty, and titles. But as golden carriages rolled down the street, two girls stood at the palace gates, watching from behind the iron bars. One was radiant, long honey-blonde hair, porcelain skin, eyes that could break a king. The other stood behind her, shorter, dark-skinned, thick glasses, shoulders hunched. But her eyes, they glowed with something ancient. Knowledge, fire, power. One day, the younger one whispered, "They'll look at me too." The older sister laughed gently. "They already do, for the wrong reasons." Their names were Seraphina and Morel, two sisters, one world, and it was about to split between them. Seraphina, the elder, grew into the most admired woman in the region. Poets sang of her lips. Painters begged to capture her. She was flawless, desired, and dangerously unaware of the wolves behind the praise. When Alaric Dorn, the richest bachelor in the country, asked for her hand, it was all over the news. Morel stood in the back during the engagement ball, unnoticed in her scholar's robe. "He looks at her like a prize," Morel muttered. "That's what I am," Seraphina replied softly. "A prize they want to keep on display." Morel tried to warn her, but Seraphina, drunk on affection, married him within the year. While Seraphina settled into a cold castle with secrets, Morel's rise began in silence. She was appointed advisor of economics by age 20, then defense strategist by 24. And at 26, when the old queen fell ill with no heirs, the council made a controversial decision. Morel of House Valamore would be Chancellor of Valora, holder of the crown's power. The people protested. She wasn't beautiful. She didn't smile for portraits. But policies changed. Poverty fell. Borders stabilized. Even the king of neighboring realms began to bow in her presence. Power didn't need a pretty face. It needed a sharp mind, and Morel had plenty of that. Meanwhile, Seraphina's marriage crumbled. Alaric was cruel, jealous, and obsessed with appearances. He used her beauty as a weapon, showcasing her, isolating her, manipulating her. He banned letters from Morel, took away her voice in court. When she questioned him, he struck her, but only where the bruises wouldn't show. Her smile faded, her skin paled, the sparkle dulled. The woman once praised became a trophy locked in silence. Until one night, bruised and bleeding, she escaped the castle barefoot and broken, and went to the one place she never thought she'd have to crawl back to, her sister. When Morel opened the palace gate and saw Seraphina on the ground, she didn't say, "I told you so." She knelt, wrapped her arms around her sister, carried her inside, called for healers, and guarded her like a general guarding a kingdom. The next day, Morel summoned the court. With her sister at her side, she exposed Alaric's crimes and stripped him of his lands and title. "You sought beauty," she told him, "but you couldn't handle the light it carried." The crowd wept as Seraphina stood, not as a broken wife, but as a survivor. And beside her, not in the shadows, stood Morel, the woman once called the ugly sister, but now, the most powerful name in the realm. Years passed. Seraphina opened the House of Grace, a shelter for women fleeing abuse. Morel remained chancellor, refusing every marriage proposal, ruling with reason and resolve. And every harvest festival, the two sisters walked the streets of Valora together, one glowing with wisdom, the other radiant with scars and strength. They once called one sister beautiful and the other forgettable, but time had a better name for them, the crown and the flame. One ruled the throne, the other ruled the hearts.